It's amazing how this little island can harbor so much life.
I'm Pleb and I like to suck on fish.
What the
My name is Pleb Hummingus, and I have traveled the long seas in search for the most devilish and dangerous plant life around the world. And my travels have brought me to the notorious area known as the Sea of Thieves, where wildlife is abundant, unknown, and ready for me to prong and pick away at it. So sit back, lower your anchors, and prepare to be stupefied in today's episode of Sea of Botany. Welcome everyone to another Sea of Botany episode where we seek wildlife and plant life in the Sea of Thieves and discuss the traits that set them apart. For today's journey, I decided to sail deep within the wild regions of Sea of Thieves and I came upon a very small island that had a unique first appearance. Today, we take a look at the Isle of Last Words. At first glance, the Isle of Last Words seems intimidating as you are to sail between massive rock formations that appear to want to grab this little island and take it down to the depths for a ruckus good time. But once you reach the belly of the formation, you find a small little island that houses not a lot of land, but a good variety of plant life. One of those plants I noticed at first was the Aurora, a small little plant that has a red tinge to it and is very pointy. You may think that this is a plant that won't harm anyone as the leaves look soft, but you are dead wrong. The Aurora has a defense mechanism that literally turns a leaf's arms into knives. If you were to land on it, it would puncture you just like your ex-fiance's father, who I presume is still searching for me. I stole his boat. And his wife. But I digress. This plant, even though harmless to look at, will react to a touch, so be careful when near them and maybe don't go to the washroom beside it. Otherwise you'll have something going in rather than out. The next plant to catch my eye was a plant that shared the same DNA with another, very similar characteristics and some overall composition, and I call them the Auroras. Now understood, these are not like the auroras we see in the night sky, but just as the aurora houses different colors within the same pattern as does this plant, the auroras are the same, but the plant at times will look different. One comparison is the yellow tips they each share in addition to texture, root layout, and smell. They are similar breed and thus the same composition, and seem to be very common breed in the wilds, with each island apparently housing these plants but just in different forms. There really isn't much to them, but they are just one of these plants that are better for toilet paper than anything else. Just make sure there are no Auroras around when you use them. Within the cluster of plants, there was another more upright plant that caught my eye. This plant does share similar traits to the auroras, but in a different way, and I call these the tops. The tops distinguish themselves with an upright leaf arm, which can be used as a top for coverings, or if you should find yourself without a boat and wanting to cry the night away without anyone seeing you, they stand about 6 feet tall and have a gentle whisper to them when the plant flows in the wind. They are a fantastic relaxing plant if you should ever need a place to sleep. But when on this island,
hey sugar
it's kind of hard.
You got a pretty face.
And it's all due to our final plant.
Come touch me.
What? As I was examining the tops, I heard in the distance a yelling voice. I couldn't see anyone nor any ship around, but yet the yelling was near and clear. It was when I became to realize that the yelling was coming from a plant. Yes, there was one plant on the island which was well hidden and had a purple hue to its coloring, and I called this one the Screeching.
Who the f*** are you?
I was honestly amazed at how this plant managed to mimic our language.
Wanna touch my roots?
Okay, listen, I'm trying to do a segment here.
It'll make you feel good.
I doubt touching your roots would make me feel...
You're a pretty big boy, aren't ya?
Do you not have any manners?
Touch my leaves, fondle them with your tongue.
Sorry about that, everyone. Now, as I was saying, the Screeching, which is an acceptable name to call them by, is a unique plant which absorbs the energies in the air and manages to mock and mimic what it hears and feels, meaning the sensation of touch allows you to experience extreme satisfaction from just a mere brush of the leaf.
Come back and touch me!
But in doing so, the plant, as you can obviously hear, becomes too infatuated with it and wants more. It can mimic your own voice and play games with your mind and trigger you to thinking that you're going insane. It's a highly intelligible plant that...
Oh, I'm Pleb, and I have a micro penis.
Okay, you know what, I think that's all I needed to see on Isle of Last Words, and it's amazing to see how such a small island can harbor when it comes to plant life. Excuse the fire in the background, just had to deal with a weed that doesn't belong there. But as we progress, Sea of Thieves is throwing surprises my way, and I cannot wait to see where else this takes us. So until next time, remember to sheathe those swords, holster those guns, and sit and smell the flowers, you angry bastards.
Oh, I'm Pleb, and I like pigs who play with my micro penis.
The plant is fire resistance. What the f-